just as your college prep teacher has instructed, as well as Mr. Harsha, we are going to be practicing some applied skills online practice, and really we are not asking you to do any math. We are just making sure you know how to enter the math that we know you already know how to do into the computer properly. We want to make sure that you know what the state is expecting you to do, and you know how to navigate the system properly. So as the directions say, open your Chromebooks and go to Canvas. And then on Canvas, you need to go to your calendar or to the assignments for your math class, and you're going to select the Applied Skills Online Practice that you see here. So when you click on this, it's going to pop up to a new screen, and it's a quiz because we are giving you a grade. This is an important thing. So we are going to hold you accountable for this work. Now, this video will also be available here so that you can watch it again on your own. You can pause it if you need to review it for later on, but you have the access here. But you're going to first go to this online practice link. This is going to be TestNav, which you've seen these a couple times before, but this one we're going to look at it a little bit differently, and I need you to go to the Experience button in the bottom right hand corner. So once you get to that TestNav link, you need to click on Experience, and then I need you to slide down, and you are actually going to select the Math Equation Editor, and obviously you're in grade either 6 or 8, so you're going to click on this Math Equation Editor. Now once this opens up, you can see, yes, we're going to go ahead and hit start. This is going to be simply how you enter your work. So this would be what they will show you on the applied skills portion of the test. So we're going to talk about a couple of buttons that are important and a couple things that it's important that you know how to do as a student in looking at these. So the first thing is obviously an equation will go in here. Where it says show all work, it actually means you have to show all work. So you're going to have to show the equations that you write down. You're going to have to show everything, and we're going to walk you through that today. Let's look at these. Let's look up here at the top. So there's a ruler. We're not going to need that. But hey, look, it does have a scientific calculator. What's important is there is no fraction button, but it does change the number from positive to negative. So if I needed to change that to a -4, I would click this positive negative number symbol. It does give us the pi button. So it does help us out in a couple of those areas. So we do have access to a scientific calculator on here. You don't necessarily need the ruler, but it's there as well. Now let's say I wanted to highlight directions, so I could highlight it and click on those. You have that option, or you could click on the highlighting and erase that highlightation, erase all of the work that you've highlighted there. So you have those options, and those haven't changed. So let's talk about showing the work. So you are going to be entering in the information from your question 1 that is on the paper in front of you. So I've taken a picture of it as well, but hopefully you can see it. Okay. So we're going to be answering the question, Bob buys 3 pencils and a notebook. The notebook costs $1.50 and his total is $3.75. Without tax, how much does each pencil cost? So as always, the first thing we are expected to do is define the variable. But there is no line that says define the variable. So the first thing we're going to do is in the show all work box, you are going to type in let x equal. Oh wait, it changed. Yes, this computer actually recognizes when you're typing in an equation. So it's going to change things around. So the cost of each pencil. And that was exactly what was written down on my paper. That is exactly what I'm going to write down the first line in my box, because there's not another box for me to type it in, and I need to make sure that everyone knows that I know what I'm talking about. So then it says, oh wait, there's an equation. And that equation is 3x plus 150 equals 375. So wait, but there was an equation box up here. So here is where we're going to type in our 3x plus, oh wait, that plus sign, it said that, so I have to hit shift and the plus equal sign, plus our 150, and I don't need a dollar sign in this. I didn't write it on my paper, so I don't need it there, equals 3.75. All right, now I have to solve it. This is where the work gets a little difficult. So now I have to actually enter that equation again into this portion. So 3x plus, again, oh, it switched over, so I hit my backspace and it'll flip it and empty it out for me, plus $1.50 equals $3.75. Now, all of your teachers have asked you to do some barrier, isolate the variable, opposite operation, that kind of a thing. Well, we don't have to necessarily show all of that, but we do need to show most of it. So it shows on our paper that we need to subtract 150. So if we're doing it on one side, here's minus our 150, we have to do it on the other. And so I'm going to hit space and I'm going to do my minus 150, and it doesn't look like I've spaced it out. So what I then have to do is go back over there and hit the space bar to move it over. So whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. Now I've shown that I'm subtracting 150 on one side and I'm subtracting 150 on the other. Now I'm going to give myself a little extra space because especially in these computers, it looks a little confusing. So let me give some space. Now we can't really put that equal sign all the way across. So we're going to skip that step and go to simply the next line of text, which is our 3x equals our 225. Now that shows that I'm supposed to divide both sides by 3. Okay, there's a couple of ways to do it. On our paper, it shows that it's just kind of turned it into kind of a fraction here. So we're actually going to do the same thing. So to do that, this 2-level box is actually our fraction button. So I'm going to highlight that and hit our fraction button. It's going to turn it into a fraction. Oh wait, I'm going to divide by 3. I'm going to highlight this piece, turn it into a fraction, put it over 3. Now I've shown the exact same work that I have on my paper, and then I'm going to put x equals 0.75. I'm going to hit enter. And then it says, oh wait, the solution. So in the answer box, I need to go in here, put a $sign because we're talking about the cost, and cost is always money, 0.75 for each pencil. Now your directions are going to ask you to do a screenshot showing that you've done all of this work. So I'm going to make it so that all of my work, all of part A, because all we've got of part A, is on this. Now I have to do a screenshot. So how do you do a screenshot? If you're not familiar with this, I'm going to show you. So you're going to hold down the control button. There's one on this side, and there's one on this side, and then you're going to hit this box with the 3 lines afterwards at the same time. So you're going to hold down control and click on that at the same time. And you can see it now says screenshot taken, show in folder. We're going to do copy to clipboard. Easy enough. That's the first question. Now we're going to upload this image. So we're going to go back to our Canvas. All right, so we had to go back to our assignment, and that's because it didn't open in a new window, and that's okay. So we're back to the assignment, and then it says that, but I can't type in any of this. You're right, you can't. That is why you have to go drag and drop or browse here. So what I'm going to do is have you click on the browse. The browse is going to open it up to your files section, and if it's not already in blue, you may need to click on the downloads, but you can see there's a screenshot taken just a few minutes ago. That's the screenshot I'm going to open, and that is the screenshot that I'm going to upload. So we're going to do the exact same thing for this other problem. So you're going to go back to your test navigator, and because we are already done with that piece, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple other control buttons that help us out. So let's say I wanted to copy this information, but the mouse doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to highlight it all. You're all pretty proficient at that. If I hit Control C, that's the same thing as copy. And now I could actually paste that. Oh, but there's no paste. You're right. You know what? There's a shortcut. Control V. But I didn't really want to do that. So I want an undo button. But if I hit the back, it's going to send the entire website back. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hit Control Z. Control Z is actually a shortcut for an undo. So if you're making a mistake somewhere along the way, the easiest way to do it is simply to keep hitting Control Z, and it will take you step by step, one mistake back each time. So you want to move things around, you can change them, but let's trash